Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's Halloween look, I decided to recreate this Bride of Frankenstein, and this is actually really inspired by Kevin Baker, who's an amazing artist that I will link down below. But with that said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off by applying a light foundation. This is in the shade Porcelain, and it's Bare Minerals Bare Skin Foundation, and I'm just buffing it with the brush that is especially made for this foundation. And then I'm going to actually add a little bit of white into the mix just to make my skin even paler. And this is just from my Makeup Forever Flash palette. I'm going to apply that pretty much anywhere that my skin is showing. And I'm going to set that with a powder. I'm using my Kadar powder in C2, but you guys could use a translucent powder if you don't have that. Now I'm going to cover the ends of my brows. If you have thicker brows, you may want to use a glue stick, and there's plenty of tutorials online for that. And I'm going into this LA Colors eyebrow trio, and I'm taking the darkest shade, which is kind of a black charcoaly color, and I'm gonna start to fill in the brows. And instead of going in the actual shape of my brow bone, I'm gonna take that brow straight up and towards the temple and give myself a Spock-like brow. All of our eyeshadows are going to be very angular, so we want to keep everything going that direction. Now I'm just applying MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and then I'm going to set that with a white eyeshadow. And that's going to serve as our base. So now I'm picking up a light brown eyeshadow, and I'm sort of mapping out where I want my cut crease to be, and this is also going to serve as our transition shade, and as you can see, I'm taking it all the way back to the temple. Now I'm taking this color by Anastasia Beverly Hills in deep brown, and I'm further deepening that cut crease and blending the color upwards. So for the last shade in the crease, I'm just picking up a black eyeshadow. This is LBD by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and as you guys can see, I'm using a tiny little brush to kind of outline the cut crease first, and then I'm just going to kind of move the product around with the blending brush and sweep it upwards so that it has a really nice gradient into the dark brown and then into the light brown. Now I didn't want to go too crazy and paint my whole face green, but to incorporate a little bit of green, I'm actually taking this shadow by Morphe and I'm applying it in my inner underbrow, I don't know what I would call that, and my temple. You guys can see what I'm doing. And then I'm packing on MAC Blanc Type, which is kind of a white matte eyeshadow, and I'm just going to pack that onto my lid. Now it's time to create a pretty fierce wing. I'm taking my Sigma gel liner in Wicked and a Zoeva angled brush to create this, and I found by using this brush it made it actually really easy. But yeah, I'm just building a wing here, and then to make it darker, I'm using NYC liquid liner just to go over that. Next, you want to apply some false lashes, and surprise, surprise, I'm using House of Lashes Iconic. You guys know these are my jam. I pretty much use them all the time. I'm sorry. Lastly, for the eyes, you want to take a black liner and go ahead and line your waterline and kind of bring it down pretty far on the outer edge of the bottom lash line, and then go ahead and blend it out with a pencil brush. Now it's time to hollow out our cheekbones, and I'm using a contour shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And looking back at this video, green eyeshadow would have looked really nice as the contour, so if you guys want to do that instead, I think it would look really nice. And I'm going to apply a quick coat of Ico mascara to my lashes. For the lips, I'm just going to be using MAC Cosmetics Nightmoth Lip Liner, and I'm going to give my lips the shape that I want first and just use the same exact pencil to fill them in. I'm also going to be using this pencil to create the stitches on my face, so that's a big reason why I like this look. You just need makeup. You don't need any crazy special effects things to create this look. You'll see in a second how easy it is. So first, you want to map out where you want your stitches to be, and as you can see, I'm using a really light hand, just in case I mess up. And then once you get the shape, you're going to go back with the pencil and really deepen those lines up. So now, after we've done that, I'm going to lightly take the pencil and draw a line on each side of the stitches. So one on one side, one on the other side, and just leaving a little bit of space in between those three lines all together. And I'm going to take a pencil brush and just start blending out those lines. And I'm not blending out the actual stitch that we drew first, just the lines that we just drew on the sides of the stitch. By doing this, it's going to make your stitches look three-dimensional and real. To add a few highlights to the stitches, I'm using my Makeup Forever white from the Flash palette, and you guys could use a white eyeliner for this, but I'm just highlighting around the stitch to make the stitch look deeper, because white is going to bring the outside of the stitch forward. Going back with the Nightmoth lip pencil, I'm just going to do the opposing stitches here, and you guys can make these any direction you want. I'm making an X here, and then on the end of these stitches I'm doing little dots so that they look more like stitches. And that is your scar pretty much done. You can go ahead and take your pencil brush and blend any edges if you need to. So a lot of you guys asked about my top on Instagram, and it's really funny because I'm actually just wearing a corset halter top, but I found this fabric at a Halloween shop. I think they use it to decorate bushes or tablecloths, and I wrapped it in the straps. So for the bolts on my neck, I found these lotions that have the perfect little caps that look kind of like bolts. I spray painted them silver, or you could use silver nail polish, and I attached them to my neck with a glue called Prozade. And a similar glue would be Spirit Gum, which they sell at Halloween stores, but I think Prozade works better. And originally I was going to use toothpaste caps for the bolts, so try to find any caps around your house that may work, and they should look something like this. Then I popped on some yellow contacts, which I got from a local Halloween store. And for the wig, Crispy and I actually made it from a regular black wig that I had. And we just stuffed it with some foam, clipped in some white extensions to the sides, and teased it like crazy. And that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you guys in my next video.